Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to be walking you through how to create the linkage peg on Autodesk Inventor. This is part of the model train unit that you're probably experiencing with Introduction to Engineering Design, which is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum. Very important to note a few things before we get going. Make sure that each sketch you do is fully constrained before you do anything else like finishing the sketch and extruding, revolving, whatever it is. Because if you fail to fully constrain sketches early on, then it's going to lead to huge issues later. So one way to do this is to keep your sketch simple. Do things like fillets, chamfers, so on and so forth. Do those in 3D mode instead of doing them within the actual sketches. This is going to make it easier to constrain, which leads you right back to those first two bullet points. The last thing, there are many different ways of creating 3D models. So what you're going to see in this video is only one way. It's a simple way, I think, but it's not the only way. So if you find a different way to create this exact same part, then congratulations, that's awesome. That's actually what we want whenever we have these assignments going on, is for you to become more independent and better at doing this stuff on your own without our help. So, if we're going to do the hitch peg, what I would suggest is, or is this a linkage peg? Doesn't matter, the pegs are the same, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the sketch below, and you need to add the dimensions that you see, that you don't see. You need to go get those off the dimension sheet. The main thing is to use geometric constraints to properly align the circle. So you'll notice that I used a coincident constraint to have the circle lie on the endpoint, and that means that the endpoint and the circle are going to lie on top of each other. But then I also used a second coincident constraint to say that the center of the circle needs to lie on the line. And when I did that, that made this circle line up nice and proper for me. Okay. The rest of the dimensions you'll see have to deal with line lengths and positions. Once we do that, then you can trim out the parts of the circle as you see fit. It doesn't really matter, to be perfectly honest. You'll be able to do this revolve here in just a second, even if the full circle or most of the circle's there. But I went ahead and trimmed out all of it. Make sure that the sketch remains fully constrained. If you delete something or trim out a piece and it says it's not fully constrained anymore, you'll need to go add a dimension back in to make sure that it's okay. After you finish with this, then the last step is to simply revolve around that vertical axis that you see on the left-hand side. And whenever you get that, the peg is done. Congratulations.